Can you recommend a good lens for live streaming? How far away from the camera will she be? Is she doing like sitting down shots like this? Because right now on here I've got the 24-70 at 35mm. I used to use the 50mm a lot, 1.4. You can buy adapters for these lenses to use them on the Sony camera. I shoot Canon, all my glasses Canon. So Sony wise, they do a 24-70 2.8, which is a solid lens. If you want really nice background blur, what I used to have is a 1.4, and that was amazing. But I've switched out to a 2.8 now, and it's not as blurry in the background, so you might see that 5 feet away. So 35mm should be able to get this kind of crop. If you want to show more, you'll have to have a wider angle. If you want to show a closer, like a headshot, you can get 50mm, but 35 is like a nice wide, like, well, you can't see the full wideness of this. Let me show you the full wideness here. Yeah, so this is 35. You can see quite a bit of, yeah, 35mm lens, or get the 24-70 2.8, and then she can just find the right balance when she does it. It's 2.8. Ideally you want a lower f-stop. What would be a good full body lens with the 1.4 aperture to blur the background? You'll be pleased to know this video is sponsored by Skillshare. You can actually access a number of courses, skills and techniques to make yourself even better. So a lot of people now will be working from home, and the idea here is you can actually go and enroll on courses, and it gives you a full breakdown. So think of it like school, but 10 times better, because the teacher's going to actually be passionate about what they're teaching you, and you'll learn a number of skills. I've put a number of special courses up on Skillshare, so make sure to check out the link in the description for Skillshare, and you actually get 1 month free. You can go on there and check out all the videos you want, and you'll actually see if it's for you. What would be a good full body lens with the 1.4? I think Sigma do one. Let me check. Let me bring it up. Sigma do Sigma 1.4 35mm. Yeah, Sigma. So Sigma's your bet there. Well, that's for Nikon, but you can get one for Sony mount, about $850. So that there, can't see that. Let it loop around. It's looping automatically. Sigma 35mm 1.4 lens. That one there, about $850-ish. Works nicely. But then that is only 35mm, so make sure that it's the right, or she'll have to just move the camera back and forth if she's got the space for it. If not, get a zoom lens, because then you can correct it. But the reason I got the zoom lens here is I'll sometimes do bigger items and then I have to change the lens. If it's a prime lens, I have to move the camera back, and I can't move the camera further back than where it is now because it's right against the wall. So it's like I'm a bit, that's why I changed. But ideally the 1.4 was really amazing. If you look back at my early live streams on Reddit, you'll see how nice and blurry it used to be. So I used to like that, but it's just the versatility of it. I just constantly changed it because I get unboxing things, like big things. Okay, yes, that's that. Where bees we? Okay, yeah. Here we have a good all-round camera at a better budget, which would deliver in most situations. Okay, bring that up. That's number 2. Let's quickly preview that in a new tab. E-mount lens, full body. Oh, okay, you're gonna need a wider then. Full body would be more like you probably want. If I go to this camera and put it, 1 second, shall I? Because if I zoom it out, it'll mess up my setting. But you probably need 24mm then. Sony E-mount, 24mm 1.4 full frame. Okay, this would be nice. This one, can I show you even better than that? So Sony E-mount 24mm, this lens here, 1.4. that is like a nice lens, but it's quite expensive. How much do you want to spend? 1298. That okay. So that picture there, which you can't see all of. Okay, so that picture there, that is a 50mm 1.4. Let me get my marker out. Pen, or what do I call it? Pen tool? Oh, Epic pen. Okay. So let me mark out some stuff here for you. Okay. Pay attention to that. You'll see how blurry that is in the background. That's 50mm 1.4. Now if I show you the, let me put my pen away. Now look at that one. That's 35mm, and look at the background. You can't really tell. Yeah, so like here you can tell it's, but this isn't a great photo because the other ones are that versus that. It just looks nicer. It looks more cinematic, like more luxury filmy kind of thing. So definitely get a 1.4 if you can. As long as you've got a good autofocus on your camera, you'll be fine. But if I played you a video, you'll definitely tell, because it basically looks like, when I had the 1.4, people used to come to the live stream and say to me, is that a green screen behind you? Because of how like distinguished I was from the background. And they kept like, oh, are you sure it's real? And I had to kind of go on back, touch the background. But since I've had the 2.8, no one's ever told me that. So it's like, this isn't that blurry. So if you could, but if it's a nice video, like if she's talking about beauty products or something, it'll look a lot better if she's fully sharp and everything else is just thrown out. So get the 1.4. If I do F6 now, you should see that. Yeah, okay. So this would be a good option at 1.4, which is basically the equivalent of my Canon 1.4 there. And I do miss it. I wish I could put my 1.4 back on. I probably will, because the last 50 or so live streams I've been doing, they've mainly been talking headshots. So I could technically do, actually, you know what? Can I? Let me swap that lens out with the 50 for a direct, but then no, I'll have to change the camera settings, won't I? Then yeah, because that's one thing. Right now I'm on ISO 100, 2.8 and 100th of a second. So if I put the 50mm on there and make it 1.4, I'll have to turn down my light because it'll be too bright, because a 1.4 lets in more light. I'll have to adjust the 1.4 down. I could probably put that on half power, because at the moment it's on full power. Because remember, if you're using a 2.8, you're basically letting in less light, so but the camera's taking in less light, so you need more powerful lights to get the same exposure. Yes. So if you search Zulf photography on Google or anywhere, it'll come up to the site. In the top it says join free. If you click on that, you type in name and email, it sends you out a free guide about photography, and I'll send you loads of tips and tricks. So then if you go down, you'll get an email with the free course, and I'll show you what it looks like. So if you go to your email inbox, show pictures, you'll get this saying, oh, thanks for joining, here's your free guide. You scroll up and then there'll be a section saying overlays for OBS, frequently asked questions, and then learn photography course. In that course, about a year ago, I did a full explanation of apertures, lenses. So you'll see there, it's quite old. There, that Kenny one there, that one there. That's like, it's episode 6 or something. So all you do is click play and you can just watch through all of them. They're not long. They're like 4 or 5 minutes each, just the top line information you need to know. So that might help you. And there's links there for the website and that.